Even though this is a joint application where you can apply for up to 6 programs, please make sure you check the program or university specific requirements. It's very, very important. Why am I saying this? Hello, you're welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tabi Emilia and I talk about schooling, immigration, anything that has to do with Finland, okay? But my main focus is studying international students, immigration. So that's it. So if you have these issues, you are in the right place. Now let's just go straight to the business of today because I really want to keep this video short and straightforward, okay? This is a time of like no nonsense or no time to waste. I know because a lot of you are applying for this joint application and you need answers to some questions. Personally, I think the application form is really straightforward. It's clear, it's not complicated. Personally, I think so because I filled out some application forms from other countries when it comes to studying, and they were quite challenging, okay? But this joint application, or even when you're feeling if there's anyone here who have applied for a master's program from a university, not University of Applied Science, remember this application is for University of Applied Sciences. So it's like polytechnic, okay? It's not the same as universities. All right, universities have their applications just once a year, and it will open between November to early January 2025. All right, I'll talk about that later. But now, when you're applying for a program, make sure you check the program specific requirement. There are some programs that require something else, and there are those programs that you must have this height, you must take the entrance exam. There are even programs that you don't even need the entrance exam. Some are asking for the SAT test, and in such program, if they're asking for the SAT test, they don't usually ask for the height. So please, even though you're applying for a joint application, make sure you focus on the program or the university specific requirements, okay? That's one point I want to make. The next point I want to make is some of you have been saying, oh, I would like to apply for masters. There are no master's programs are not available during this application. Who told you? There are a couple of master's programs that you can apply to in this application, this ongoing application. If you go to study info, like I mentioned or I showed you during my previous video, and you click masters or you just click on the available programs, you see some masters programs that are open for application right now. All right. The issue with the master's programs in University of Applied Science, I really love to specify because a lot of us, we just talk about universities. We don't know the difference. With universities, there is no way you can apply for a master's program without having without previous bachelor program from a university. So for example, if you have a bachelor's program from a University of Applied Science, it doesn't automatically qualifies you to apply for a master's program from a university. Also, it is difficult to have a apply for a bachelor program in a university. Exceptions are University of Eastern Finland. They have quite 2 or 3 programs, bachelor programs in English. Because most Finnish universities, they have mostly or only Finnish taught bachelor programs. But when it comes to University of Applied Sciences, which is what we are applying to now, they have so many English taught bachelor programs, and all you need is your upper secondary school certificate. So that's all you need. So we are talking about University of Applied Sciences. We are not talking about universities. And when it comes to masters, even though you've had a bachelor degree, you must have 2 years of work experience before applying for a master's program in a University of Applied Science. So with University of Applied Science, we call it amati, yeah. So it's more of like they geared towards on the job, like learning on the job kind of stuff. So it's all about the work experience, it's all about the practical stuff, but universities are more theoretical. So that's the main difference. So that's why for you to be accepted into a master's program in the University of Applied Science, you must present your 2 years work experience. Okay, so that's the difference. It's not like, oh, it's not open for international students outside the EU or EEA. It's open if you have a bachelor's degree, let's say in business, and that's from your home country, and you have 2 years work experience in the business field, then you are qualified to apply for a master's program. Okay, and some of these master's program don't require you to have Ielts. So always check the program and the university specific requirements. The next thing I want to talk about is passport, social security number. I talked about it while filling the application form. If you haven't watched my previous video, you can go back because this is just a continuation of my previous video. You don't have any Finnish social security number. You don't have any someone was talking about visa or whatever. You don't have those. All you have is your passport. If you are still in Africa, in Asia, or wherever you are, apart from Finland and the EU, all you have is your passport. So don't put anything. And I talk about you changing your country of birth, your citizenship, your country of origin. Once you put it there, they will not ask you to fill in your social security number, because social security number is only for those who are in Finland legally. If you are living in Finland legally, then you must have a social security number. So they ask for it, or your bank code. So this has nothing to do with you if you are outside Finland. All you need to do is make sure you put you change the country of origin from Finland to your country. And do you have a Finnish social security number? It is no, you don't. When you put no, they will tell you put your passport. And when they ask of your ID, you don't have Finnish ID. You are working with your passport, and that's it. That's the only identification document that you have now in your possession. So that's what they're gonna use even during the entrance exam, even in the immigration. So please focus on passport number and upload your passport. Do not put anything when it comes to social security number, ID, or bank codes. You don't have them. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is some of you are taking the Ielts, or you've taken it, but the results are not out. And maybe you are trying to submit your application form and it's like it won't go because like it keeps saying you have not filled the necessary information. Yes, because for example, if your program requires Ielts and they ask you to put your Ielts score and there is nothing there, you agreeing that you've written Ielts is not enough. You need to put the Ielts score. If you don't put it, then obviously you don't have all the information on the form and you won't be able to submit the application form. So what I will advise you to do is this. You don't need to fill the application form now. And the truth is, when it comes to joint application, I know some of you are like, I need to fill the application as soon as possible before they close it, they can end it. There is no way they're going to end joint application before the actual application deadline. We're not talking about separate application here. I know some of you are thinking about VAMIA. VAMIA is a vocational school on its own. It has the right to make they have the right to make their decision like, okay, we'll have quite a number of applicants. We need to close the application period before the actual deadline. But when we are talking about joint application, we are talking about all the universities of applied science here in Finland. So it's not just one or two or three universities, sorry. So you need to know the difference. It's not a separate application. It's not a one university application. It's a joint. So for them to take that decision or to make that decision to close the application period before the actual deadline, it means that I think so many people like the application will be like mind blowing. I think, so please don't bother as long as your IT result will be available. When I say available, I'm not talking about you having the paper on your hand. I'm talking about maybe you receiving the email that your test results is available, and you can just look the score and put it there while waiting to get the actual certificate and then attach it to your application form. Why? Because if you get this email within now and 11th of September and your result is successful, then you can fill the application form and put your score, and you submit it even without attaching the certificate. Why? Because you'll be given a number of days after the application to submit attachments. So you get the point. All right. So for those of you that you've been talking about, oh, I find it difficult to access the form on my phone. Let me advise some of us. The truth is, your phone is good. Yes, be it iPhone, no matter how expensive your phone is good, like with like, okay, quick check, you understand. But when it comes to you filling an application form, it is good, it is advisable to sit on a computer and fill it, because there you can navigate different tabs, you can click on links, there's so much you can do with your computer rather than using your phone. And some phones may not have some features that will support whatever app or whatever you're using to apply. All right, whatever link you're using to apply. So please, I'll advise you to use a computer. If you don't have one, you can go to a cyber cafe or like just sit and fill your form. It won't take that long with the computer, but with the phone it can be tricky at times. There are some things that will not be quite clear or visible for you to see and understand that, oh, this is what I need to do. All right. So the last but not the least tip, please make sure you check your email address. On the application form, you're being asked to fill in your email address twice. It's not because they just want you to write it. It's not for fun. It is because this is very important. This is the only means of communication with you. If they can't reach you through your email, there's no way, like, how are they going to reach you? Your phone number, your email address is the prime means of communication. So please make sure before submitting your form, you check the email address. Make sure it is well written. Make sure it's an email address that is working. Because I get emails about, I'm done and I submit the form, but I didn't get any link. So please check your email, and once you submit your application form, and try to refresh your email and also check your spam, because obviously you will get an email stating that your application form has been submitted, even if it's incomplete. All right, even if you still need to submit attachments, you get this email, and through that link in that email, you'll be able to edit your application form. Okay, so please do well to like this video. I'm seeing, please like, that's the least you can do for me. Like this video, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't subscribed and you're watching me. Oh, what are you doing? Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and help your girl grow. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'm rooting for you. I wish you all the very best. Do not give up. You can do this. You can fill this application form, you submit it, you can go through everything, and you'll be able to move to Finland. There are people here on my channel. If you are watching me and you're already in Finland, please comment below, encourage by people here. Let them know that it is possible for them to go through this application themselves. They don't need to pay anyone, and all will be successful in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you all so much, and see you next week.